Hello mga Beshiwaps at kabayan. So ito po ay last Saturday, it's my graduation day. So ako ay bumiyahe ng 1 hour from Den Haag to Amsterdam kasi ang school namin ay sa Amsterdam. So ayan, bumabiyahe na po ako via train. 1 hour po ang biyahe at makikita ninyo napakaganda ng mga farm or ng taniman dito sa Netherlands mga Beshiwaps. Ayan, may mga duck station din. At ito na, nandito na ako sa venue ng aming school or ng graduation. Ayan, nagre-ready pa lang sila niyan mga besh. Wala pa yung mga speakers and bisita. Say hi to my vlog! Good luck sa ating mga naka-heels. Say hi!
We would like to share Inday and the Maria. Come in.
The sword that will be leaders are pantuha.
The fourth one is Beverly A. Regala.
And the next one is Masa. Masa Besbain. Thank you, Masa. Masa came all the way very far. So glad that you were able to be here.
Our next person is Enika.
Michelle, what do you want?
Michelle Matuas.
You forgot me.
And then,
The next person is Gibeyo Kadeling Mekonen.
and then we have Chun Man Wan.
So the next students coming in are for the certificate program in the theology and the Weimar and like beyond. So the first person we're welcoming is Pastor Mariana.
And the next is Diana Johnson.
The third is Orson Johnson.
And then we have Masiray Kamara.
And Mamadou Kamara.
So, welcome all the graduates. Please take your seats.
So we always like to start these programs officially with a prayer. So I'd like to invite Mr. Dean Van der Zorn to pray for us.
Let us pray. Dear God, Father of all people and all nations, we have come together at a special moment to celebrate the diplomas of our dear students. And they've come from many different places, and often they've overcome different obstacles to come here, to come this far. And you are also a God of overcoming obstacles. You have shown us what it means to leave places and to become a servant even, to become a God who shows that by laying down your life, you can start a new life. And Lord, we thank you for the inspiration of your example. We thank you for Foundation Academy, that you have given this ministry to serve people from everywhere and from every background. And we want to praise you for the fact that we are here together. We pray a blessing for this meeting, for every person who is here and who is still underway. Thank you for your grace in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. So, how are we all doing? Fine. And how are the graduate students doing? Still smiling? So not the same as when you had to present, right? This is very different. Yeah, so, I mean, we are, you have seen the program, maybe it's on copies of your seat or not. So maybe we can just go through the program. No? So we will have, of course, later the welcoming remarks. And then we have our guest speaker, Dr. Kathleen Ferrier, and the diplomas, of course, for the IHRE students and the certificates for the students of theology, and then some introductions, because all of the schools of Foundation Academy will be starting this coming end of September. So we will give some information on that, and then we can have food and do networking and at least have some conversations with each other. So, but first I would like to call Dr. Lee. Yeah, I was looking at your LinkedIn, how to introduce, but not needed. I'll just give.
Thank you. Of course, with permission to be
show this video. Brothers and sisters, friends, comrades, fighters in the battle of human rights, I welcome you today at the Foundation Academy. It's okay, this one's okay. Foundation Academy of Amsterdam. And our theme is success is not measured by position one has reached in life, rather by the obstacles one have overcome while trying to succeed. The black human rights activist Booker Washington once said these words. You see, you just saw Masa. And yesterday I was putting on my dress and going to the Vrije Universiteit to lecture, and I saw, what? This is my student, this is our student, on NOS journal, about the refugee camp, where people are sleeping outside in the street, outside the camp. And it was shocking to me, of course. How is that possible? And Masa is here today. I don't know where she is. And that's exactly the theme of today. Life is not about success. Life is about overcoming all these obstacles that are kind of barrier, obstacle for us to achieve what we want to achieve in life. And the biggest goal we all want to achieve in life is happiness. To be happy. That's the simple human rights of every person. To be happy. To achieve her or his dreams. And Masa is only just one example of many, many of you are sitting here today. And I remember a while ago, it was 2 years ago, I was in a different attire than I am now, and I'm a street photographer. I like to document street life. And I was taking photos in the streets of Amsterdam, and I saw this African brother playing guitar and playing reggae music. And I went to him and I said, can I make a photo of you? He said, of course you can. And I took some pictures of him. And then 2 weeks later is the opening of the academic year of Foundation Academy of Amsterdam. And I saw him coming in. He looked at me and said, you're the photographer. And I said, you are the musician. He said, what are you doing here, photographer? I said, well, I'm the president of the Foundation Academy of Amsterdam. And while after, I went again making photos, it was night, and he was eating some nuts. And he looked at me and said, Prof, this is my dinner. Do you want to share with me? Dinner? Some nuts? Then he said, you know, I always sleep in the street behind the American hotel. And then he looked at the bridge there in front of the casino, and he said, Prof, do you see this bridge? This is the bridge of life. This bridge gives us hope. I said, why? He said, because this is the only bridge on which I can play music. And you see the Dutchman there playing harmonica? We share this bridge together. I'm a foreigner, he's a Dutch, we are both homeless. And yet we share this bridge, the bridge of life. So he can make some money, and I can make some money. And that was our student. That's Foundation Academy of Amsterdam, ladies and gentlemen, friends. You see, and all the students here, you have a story. You have a message to share with us. A message not only from behind the speaking table telling us a message, but your life is a message itself, inspiring us. You may look all these beautiful dresses and everything, but you all have a story to share with us. So your life is a story to us, being inspired. And I am so honored to be part of this institution to serve you. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to humbly serve you. And I'm so happy, you know, because today is a graduation day of two schools we have, the theology and human rights. Theology and human rights. How do these two go together? Religion, human rights, two different schools. They are now in one place, and this place is even a religious place. Because it's a church building, our CEC building. It's my privilege and honor to welcome a dear friend who is actually standing with us at Foundation Academy of Amsterdam to lecture, to share her life with us. Dr. Anders Kathleen Ferrier, we are honored to have you here. We are honored that you are with us here today. You are the chair of UNESCO, Netherlands, and also part of Foundation Academy of Amsterdam. Last year we enjoyed your lectures on the topics of slavery. Of course, the topic is not enjoyable, but we enjoyed your lectures on slavery, human trafficking, and so on. But not only you, but so many of you have been part of the Foundation Academy. Our sponsors, our supporters, those who are supporting us financially, those who are supporting us as volunteer lecturers, teachers, professors, and staff members. We'd like to thank you so much. Thank you for being part of this dream, that we are standing here together to make this dream come true. And I am proud of you so much that you made it this year. give our graduates a round of applause. And I would like to welcome Dr. Inday to come. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, staff, professors of Foundation Academy Amsterdam, dear guests, supporters. Thank you so much for the invitation to speak at this very memorable day and this very memorable event. Graduation Day, Commencement Day, the beginning of a new academic year, of learning and growing, of falling and rising up again, of perseverance, of commitment, of overcoming obstacles. I'm deeply honored by your invitation to speak today, and I will explain why. I have been at various commencement and graduation days, at starts of new academic years, but this one, at the Foundation Academy, here in this place, Charity House, here in Amsterdam, is very special to me because of what this academy stands for. The deeper sense of what the Foundation Academy stands for became visible this week, and it was said already, at the most important news moment in the Netherlands, the 8 o'clock news. We saw an interview with a bright-eyed young woman at Ter Apel. She described in clear words the shameful situation there. Not enough beds, not enough sanitary services, well, all that whole unacceptable, shameful situation there. And when the interview with her started, cheered, my husband shouted, "There's Massa! She's our student!" Indeed, he had told me about the worries about the student who had to return to Ter Apel because her application papers for residency here in the Netherlands were not accepted, and there she was, loud and clear. That is what the Foundation Academy Amsterdam stands for. People who want to express what they see in loud and clear words, with bright, honest eyes, telling what they see and what their observations are and what they think about it. That is what Foundation Academy stands for, providing people who, here in the Netherlands, face difficult situations, to provide them with a place where they are welcomed as human beings, regardless of where they come from, what they look like, what they stand for. Here, they are offered, as Dr. Lee said, service, and they are offered a chance to study, to develop, and to grow. Dear activist and educator said this: your success is measured by the obstacles you have overcome while trying to reach your goal. You are starting a new journey, a new academic year, or your path in society. It will not be easy, but it will be necessary. We need it. Necessary for you, for our society, and for the world. The world needs people like you who have been educated at Foundation Academy. The world needs places like this, Foundation Academy Amsterdam. I wish you all the best for the new year ahead. Certainly a challenging year in a world that is rapidly changing. But never forget your aim to make this world a better place for all. God bless you all, and thank you.
I really would like to reiterate that. It showed that when we are looking at migrants, and for example me, I have been working with human trafficking victims, we should not see it as victims. It's actually that overcomes people because of systemic, constructs that gives obstacles. But the people who are experiencing it, and people who are experiencing those exclusions, are very, very brave and have a lot of strength to really go forward in life and achieve things in life. So that's, as a society, we need to support that. And you show that. And we hope that the education has given you narratives that strengthen your power in order for you to achieve incredible transformations. And may you constantly grow and evolve into a better person that have inner peace and confidence of mind and heart. Congratulations. So now I would like Dr. Lee and Dr. Cheer to come forward so that you can give the diplomas. Dr. Cheer is our Dean of Education and will be giving the diploma to our dearest students. So I will call you one by one. I will be standing here And then I think when we have given the diploma, a picture will be taken, right? Or is that Jennifer? Oh, picture will be at the end? Okay, yes. Okay, so are you ready?
Yeah, maybe.
I am also very nervous for you. I'm very sorry. Anyways, I'm so proud of you. Thank you very much for me being part of your journeys. So let's start. Our very first. I would call on Nkeru, Faustina, Mary, Ikei. Faustina, thank you very much.
Uy, Che, akyat ka dun sa stage over.
The second person. I forgot. I wanted. So I'm so nervous. I just have to shake myself first. I'm sorry. No, I actually wanted to say something about Faustina, just very short. Faustina, you were very. I mean, your story about narrative change during the graduation was really great. I had learned about you, and I was so happy that you have, by having this education, you also have reflected on your own journey and how you have been able to change the lives of your family in Nigeria. Thank you very much for sharing that story. So then, the next would be Cherry May. Cherry May. Cherry May, thank you very much. Cherry May is very active within the Filipino community in organizing the Filipino community as well. Thank you very much, Cherry May. We will see you definitely. So we have our next. Oh, papers. Then we have, who also, we have Lilibeth and Pantuha. Thank you very much, Lilibeth. The next whom we want to come and to ask for to come forward is Beverly A. Revident. Thank you very much, Beverly. The next person is, please come forward, Masa Visvari. So it has been a challenge for Masa to be here with all the help of different people and the courage that you have. Enjoy what you have achieved in all the struggles that you are experiencing, Masa. Thank you for coming today. Next person is Michelle Watiwats. Michelle actually makes vlogs. When we went to the museums, she makes vlog and also about our education. So, thank you, Michelle. And then we have the next person is Emeka Nwekwe. I hope. Thank you, Emeka. So we would like to ask Gabrielu Teleli Mekonnen to come forward. When Mekonnen was presenting his final assignment, he told me, "I'm so nervous. I'm not doing this every day. I've never have done this, to come forward and tell something in front of many people, but you did very great. We are so proud of you. Thank you very much." And then we know him as Rick, actually, but his formal name is Chun Man Wan. So for the final presentation, actually Rick shared with us his orange bag, that he brought from Hong Kong to here. I said to him, keep that, maybe it will be in Amsterdam's museum one time. Because, I mean, your family has been written in a book, no? They were there. But when we were walking through the museum, we cannot see lots of Chinese. Amsterdam's museum, where actually there were a lot of Chinese migrants in Amsterdam. So representation is so important, and I hope in the future with our stories it will be there one day. I will be fighting for that. Thank you very much. So I will give the phone, the mic to my.
Okay, so yeah, I think those what you can see that we have a few speakers from IHRE students who want to come up and share with us. So you can take a speech. Thank you very much. So I'd like to invite the first student to come up will be Michelle Watuas, who will come up to share.
Thank you. Oh my God, this is it. Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes, magandang hapon, and good umidag alawan. I just I just composed this speech this morning. I'm so nervous. Okay, so it is my honor and pride and privilege to give this speech on behalf of my classmates, lady classmates here, because for the boys it's Emeka. My always counterpart in debate. Okay. I really don't know where to start or how to start, but first, I really wanted to thank you for all those people behind this Foundation Academy, especially Dr. Samuel for establishing this kind of institution, to Miss Jill, to Miss Minda, is she here? Oh, she's not here. To Miss Jen, to Elizabeth, to Sir Joe, and to Godian. Thank you so much. Without you guys, this will not be happened today. I can't thank you enough for all the things that you've done for us, for all the knowledge, the experiences you shared with us for the past 9 months, for giving us extensions to submit our papers or homeworks. We always do that because of the time and our work, of course, because everyone is working. The knowledge that you gave us that no one can take from us, the knowledge that we could use and we could share to other people who's on a difficult situation that we've been encountered. That this kind of institution will give you the strength, will give you the hope, which you could use in everyday lives. You know our situation. I really don't know how to do it like one by one or step by step. You know what I mean. And everyone knows about what situation that we are having right now. Because of human rights, because I'm sorry, I'm very nervous. As a human rights student or graduate, I learned that human right must be learned from within you. Why? Because sharing kindness, love, sympathy to other people, that is already an exercise of human rights. It starts from you and you can share it to other people. To my classmates who's always making fun and memorable for the past 9 months, attending physically and virtually for the debates that make us more aware and more knowledgeable what is the situation of every person. Because every person has a story to tell. And every person has experience to tell to everyone, which sometimes we need one moment to tell everyone what you've been through and what you've been encountered and how you become this person as of today. Like when Mikonen shared his story, I was bursting in tears. I thought my experience is very difficult, but when you hear the story of Mikonen, you will really cry. I'm gonna guarantee you that. And to my employer, Enika, thank you so much for coming here. I was almost crying because I'm the only one graduate. We don't have anyone, but Enika is here. Thank you. And to my family who's always supporting me for whatever I do and always believes in me that I can do it with or without them. Thank you, even if they are not here. And to the people who support me, the people I'm working, they are very supportive on this journey. Without them, I'm not here. To Filmist Organization who gave us this opportunity. And to Maraika, is Maraika here? I saw him. I saw her here. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. And as I always said to my blog, always be good and choose to be good. And I thank you.
Thank you very much, Michelle. As always, a bit tears in my eyes. No? The next person I would like to come forward is Emeka.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming here to support us in this gathering. We on I, on behalf of my fellow students of International Integrated Human Rights Education, I'm here to deliver a keynote speech. But before I proceed, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Chief Emeka Ogamwiwe. I am from Oka, a town in Anambra State, Nigeria. First, I want to use this great opportunity to thank each and every one of you who has made it this far to come and support us in this our academic lesson or journey. I will try as much as I can to make my speech as brief as possible. First and foremost, we all do agree that education or knowledge is a foundation for human development. Also, they say knowledge is power, and there is no age limit to acquiring knowledge. Hence, our reason of embarking on this route to acquire the necessary knowledge needed to face a society where our rights have been constantly abused directly and indirectly. Take for example, last 2 Sundays, we have a Filipino sister family who came here for testimony, and they talked about their daughter who has some medical issues. But because of their status, they were somehow ill-treated at the hospital. But these are the things we talk about when we refer to human rights. It is understandable that our rights as human should not be taken for granted. Also, we should also understand that according to Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which states that all humans are born free and equal in dignity and rights, they are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in the spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood. Human right belongs to all humans, regardless of our age, sex, race, color, nationality, age, class, religion, or political belief. Human rights are interrelated. They are universal, interconnected, but also interdependent. What does that mean? It means that for us to claim our rights, we should also accept the duties and responsibilities not to violate the right of others, and to support those whose rights are being abused or denied. For example, you have the right to a safe environment, just as most of us are here due to situations from our countries of origin. But also, we have the responsibility to follow the safety rules laid down here in Holland or anywhere we find ourselves as migrants.
Very good. Thank you very much. The second student I'd like to invite is Diana Janssen. Congratulations. Very good. Thank you very much, Diana. Our next student is Orson Janssen. Congratulations. Very good. The next one is Masarai Kamada. Welcome. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you very much. And the last student for today is Kelvin Ko. Congratulations. Very good, you two. We'll invite you again in a few minutes.
What was I was supposed to do? Let me make sure that is my, now that you're here, that is my coordinator. Without her, there will be nothing. Global studies is important for three reasons, and they're all related to the letter B. First of all, global studies is giving you a base on which you can build other educations. We take the word foundation very literally. We give you a foundation in different disciplines, different fields of study, sociology, political science, economics, a lot of interdisciplinary studies that help you to lay a good foundation, a basis for the rest of your life. Second, we broaden your worldview. We like to give you a view of the global situation, helping you to analyze, to make connections between things that happen in the world. And so we broaden your own field of interest, your own studies that you have done before, and help you to be broadened in other fields. The last one, I think, is related to becoming. We want you to become agents of change in a globalized world, and global studies helps you to really understand the world you're living in, and to help you to find your place in this world. So it's I mean, you don't study the globe in just a few months, okay?
Yeah.
We need some time. So it's a 4-year program. If you have the time, and you are a long-term thinker, you're most welcome. If you've done maybe integrated human rights, you may like to continue in global studies, but you need some patience, time, and motivation. But it will enrich you, I promise you, and we're very happy to welcome you in global studies. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dean. I'd like to now invite from our School of Theology, our Dean is actually Laura, but since she's not here, speaking on her behalf will be Dr. Cheer de Boer.
Thank you, good afternoon. Well, for my part as well, I would like to congratulate our graduated students and wish them all well in their next step in their career, academic career. Well, after these words, these PR words for global studies, it will be difficult to be more enthusiastic and welcoming. Well, I'll try to do so. I will do on behalf of the dean of our school, Laura. She's not able to be here because she's celebrating the wedding of her daughter. On behalf of her, of course, and of our staff. Where is Wilson? Wilson is the coordinator of part of the program, and Antine, he also is coordinating part of the program. I will briefly explain about the school and the programs of the school. Well, you are now you saw already part of the program, which is the certificate study, Theology, Bible and Theology in the Palmer and beyond. You're still welcome to come and to subscribe. The first class, our opening class, will be coming week Wednesday evening. Wednesday evening, this coming Wednesday, will be our first class for the diploma year, for new students. So welcome to our diploma year. And then the current study is the so-called academic program. Students are in their second, third year. It's also a 4-year program. You're always welcome to come, of course, to see what we are doing in this program. And then, well, Wilson is coordinating theology, and our School of Theology is also a community of theology. Therefore, I'm very glad to be able to be here sharing this news in this beautiful charity house building. So, God bless you all, and enjoy the rest of this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you so much. And for our third school, I'd like to invite the Dean of the School of Integrated Human Rights, Ms. Jill Belisario, which you've seen before. I'll let her speak a few words about this.
Just very few. Actually, I wanted to share Michelle's just a small sharing that she did during the class. She shared one incident that she had with one of her employers, where she actually, it was the time when the Filipinos have a vote for the election. And because she doesn't have an address, she asked her employer to get her mails in her address. But then when the ballot, or how do you say that? The ballot was sent to the house of her employer was actually not giving it to her even, no? She was saying, why is this sent to me? Well, she asked for permission and it was allowed. So Michelle had this argument that it was not right for her to keep the ballot because it's her right to vote, her political rights to vote. So when they had this heated argument, Michelle was able to stand for her rights. And during the class, he said that I was so amazed and so proud of myself that I was able to stand against my employer and say, I will quit because you are violating my rights. So thank you very much, Michelle. And that's actually what integrated human rights is. It's about practicing your human rights by understanding the promise of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It's not about knowing the articles. No, it's not, as Emeka was saying, and as Michelle was saying, it's about how you practice your rights yourself through the promise that is formulated within the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the humanity that is being promised within the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And we try to do that by giving information about the system, about, so the IHRE has 3 modules. The first module is about human rights, remembering and reflecting on the human rights promise of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The second module is about learning about the systems, the constructs that we have in our societies, like gender, like political and economic ideologies that may have an impact, or actually has an impact of you as a person, and what's your position in that. And I remember that we had even, that's how we try to do it every year, we try to get the most recent development. This year we had the war on Ukraine, to discuss about it, and what is your position on that, and where does it relate to your situation as a migrant, the war in itself, and the war in Ukraine. So we try to have this kind of conversations. Also, what we do is we try to discuss, I remember that we had a discussion about obstacles that we are encountering as persons in societies. And some of us, some of you said, yeah, but it's important to be perseverance, to have perseverance and grit. But some of you said, but there are these systemic constructs that are racist and that is not allowing us to be, although we are perseverance, but there are more blockades in our, for us to achieve our dreams. So we have these different conversations. So IHRE for Foundation Academy is also a kind of foundation, because from IHRE you can actually go to the global studies and also to theology. I'm looking forward for new students. I mean, we already have, because of Maraika, who was very, we have some new students who will be following the IHRE. And this year we actually have our book of migration journeys, and I hope in time we can use it for our advocacy also towards how education is important. So it's not only you studying and gaining knowledge, but it's also you giving knowledge to the society. Thank you very much. That's
Good. And yeah, before we finish, I'd just like to invite Dr. Samuel Lee to come up.
Wow, what a day, what an inspiration. When we were talking here today as a person who has a religious background, comes from a Christian background, it reminded me of, a lot of changes came out from the church. Martin Luther King came from the church. It was a voice from the church. And it's so important that we as a religious communities also, we speak out. We speak out for the rights of every other person. I can never be free if you are not free. And you can never be free when I am not free. Freedom we share together. Together we can be free. And that is the African philosophy of Ubuntu. I am human because you are human. Not just the idea of yesterday we discussing the class of I think, therefore I am. No.
So mga Beshi Wap, ito tapos ng aming celebration, tapos ng aming graduation. Pa-shoutout ako. Hello po ma'am, taga saan ka sa Pilipinas? Baguio po. Ay wow, ikaw ate. Bacolod po. Oh, wow, shoutout sa mga taga Bacolod. Ito pa yung mga ibang Pilipina, kalal mo. Ate, shoutout ka dali. Vlogger din si ate.
Hello, this is Marie Grace and
Ano ang?
Marie Grace and
Ayan, ipigyan mo sa akin na dito sa mga vlog. O, di ba taga saan ka sa Pilipinas? Manila lang pala, o di ba kapitbahay, QC ako. Ay, ang aking kababayan, o di ba kaganda, o di ba? Meka, say hi to the Philippines, it's my vlog! Yung favorite kong kadibate! Where you from, Meka?
From Nigeria.
Nigeria, Prince of Nigeria.
We have Nigerians in Philippines.
Ayan, si Cherry, magkaya ka, Cherry!
Are you looking for food?
Shout out sa Pilipinas, taga saan ka po?
Hello, shout out sa inyo dito sa aking kapatid na
Taga saan ka po sa Pinas?
sa atin. I'm from Manila. Manila, Santa Cruz, and
Quezon
we are
City lang
Quezon
ako.
City.
Kapitbahay kami mga.
Pero Pasig kami ngayon, ha. Soto, eto na kami.
Sana all.
Sana all. God
Sumakain po muna kami mga beshi.
Yes,
So, bye
bye-bye.
muna.